Hello, my dear children. Children, in the class today, we will study dispersion and scattering of light. For the same, let's continue beyond prism formula we studied in the last class. Well, children, this was the prism formula. N is equal to sine of A plus delta M upon 2 upon sine of A by 2. This is very famous prism formula we deduced in the last class. Now, for thin prism, if the prism happens to be thin, then what will happen? Its angle A would be small. This angle A of the prism would be small if the prism is thin. So, for thin prism, this A is going to be small, and deviation is nearly equal to delta M. Children, for thin prism, the angular deviation vary over a very small range, say from 21 degree to 24 degree. So 21 degree is minimum value of deviation and 24 is the maximum. This is the range. This simply means any arbitrary value of deviation does not differ greatly from minimum deviation. So any arbitrary value of deviation is nearly equal to minimum deviation. And also we know theta. If theta is small, sin theta can be written as theta. If we apply these results, in the prism formula, then what do we get? This N, the refractive index of the material of the prism, and this is what? A plus delta by 2. Sin of theta is theta, that means it is A plus delta by 2, and this is A by 2. Well, this 2 cancels out, we get A plus delta by A. A upon A is 1, delta by A is as it is. N minus 1 is equal to delta by A, that means delta is equal to A times N minus 1. Children, this is formula for deviation produced by prism. Very, very important formula. This is formula for deviation. Very, very important. And we can see here in the formula itself, this deviation delta depends upon A, the angle of prism. This deviation depends upon N, the refractive index of the material of the prism. And this delta also depends upon wavelength or color of light. Deviation depends upon wavelength also. But how exactly it depends upon wavelength is not here in the formula. For that we have to study a very famous formula which is called as Cauchy's dispersion formula. This Cauchy's dispersion formula tells us the relation between refractive index of a medium and wavelength of the light. So what is that formula? Yeah, the formula is N is equal to A plus B upon lambda square. What are A and B? A and B are constants for a medium. For different media, the values of A and B are different. And we can see here N is inversely proportional to wavelength. As the wavelength increases, the value of N is going to decrease. We normally say the refractive index of a medium is a constant. Yes, it is constant. It is constant only for a color of light. For different colors of light which have different wavelength, the refractive index of the medium is different. We say refractive index of glass is 1.5. So what is this 1.5 refractive index of the glass is for? It is for yellow color, mean color of light. Otherwise, for all different colors from red to violet, the value of refractive index of glass is going to be different, slightly different from 1.5. We say refractive index of water is 4 by 3. So this 4 by 3 is the refractive index of water only for mean color, and that is what is yellow color. And this N, refractive index of the medium, varies inversely with wavelength, and that's how we make a graphical plot. N versus lambda graph is a rectangular hyperbola as shown here. Very, very important graph. So refractive index is inversely proportional to wavelength of light. Well, in visible light, this is visible light. In visible light, we have all 7 colors. In natural light, we have what? All 7 colors. VIBGYOR, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. And we know that this violet color has minimum wavelength, which is close to what? 3000 angstrom. And this red color has maximum wavelength, which is close to what? 8000 angstrom. So as we move from violet to red, the wavelength increases. And since refractive index is inversely proportional to wavelength, therefore for minimum wavelength, refractive index is maximum. And for maximum wavelength, refractive index of any medium is what? Minimum. So this is increasing order of wavelength for different colors. This is decreasing order of refractive indices. Well, we have just seen that delta is directly proportional to n minus 1 in fact. So as n increases, the value of deviation increases, deviation produced by phase. So what happens when a multicolor lights, when all these light fall upon a prism all together, then what happens? Violet color has maximum deviation. Why? Because it has maximum refractive index. And as we move from violet to red, the deviation decreases, and for red color, the deviation has minimum value. And that is exclusively because the refractive index of red color is least. So this is the decreasing order of deviations produced by different colors of light as they pass through a prism. Since different colors have different deviations as they pass through the prism, they emerge out separately from the other side of the prism. And this is what is called as dispersion. What is dispersion? Dispersion is nothing but splitting of light into its constituent colors as it passes through the prism. So why different colors of the light? Why different colors of the light passing through the prism come out separately? They come out separately simply because they all undergo different deviations. And when they all undergo different deviations, they come out separately. And this is what is called as dispersion of light. Here children, so far we have seen that there are two actions performed by the prism. There are two actions of prism. One is deviation. A ray of light passing through the prism always deviates. And the other one is what? Dispersion. But with dispersion there is a condition. And the condition is what? The incident light has to be mixture of more than a color. If it is monochromatic light falling over a prism, then it will only be deviated, it would not be dispersed. So for dispersion to take place, the incident light has to be polychromatic. Then let us see how dispersion of white light takes place with the help of prism. This is natural light, white light falling over the prism. And what happens? Since different colors have different deviations, therefore all component of white light, they come out separately from the other side. This is white light where all 7 colors are there and all of them are coming simultaneously. And this happens to be the direction of incident ray. And what happens? As the light falls here, all 7 colors start splitting. They split up into 7 different colors. I have made here just the extreme colors so that the diagram remains very simple. It is not complicated. So this is the red color and this one is violet color. This red color emerges out like this and falls here over the screen. This is screen. And this is what? This is your violet color. It comes out here and falls here. Rest all colors, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, they all fall over the screen in this order. And this pattern of 7 color is called as spectrum. You are already aware of spectrum. You have already studied this spectrum in class 10th. Well, this is the least value of deviation of red color and this is maximum value of deviation of violet color. And you have already understood, since different colors have different deviations, therefore they come out separately from the other side of the prism. Well, what is angular dispersion? Angular dispersion is difference of the deviations produced by extreme colors. Angular dispersion is difference of deviations produced by extreme colors. Extreme colors are what? Red and violet here. So difference of the deviation of violet color to red color is what is theta, angular dispersion. If we substitute the value of deviation of violet color, what do we get? This is A times NV minus 1 and this is A times NR minus 1. You can see that this A comes out common. In the bracket we get NV minus 1 minus NR plus 1. This one cancels out and what do we get theta as? We get theta as A times NV minus NR. So this is angular dispersion produced by prism. Of course it is an angle and its unit is going to be what? Radian. Now what is dispersive power? Dispersive power is a constant for a medium, and dispersive power of a medium is defined as ratio of angular dispersion to deviation of mean color. You know, out of these 7 colors, yellow color is the mean color. So angular dispersion to deviation of mean color is a ratio which is called dispersive power. It is a unitless and dimensionless constant for a medium. Well, what is this theta? This theta is A times NV minus NR. We have just found out. And what is delta y? Delta y is going to be A times NY minus 1. You can see that A cancels out. What do we get omega as or W as? NV minus NR upon NY minus 1. This is what is the formula of dispersive power of a medium. In the language of calculus, we can write down this omega as dn upon n minus 1. Well, what is refractive index of a medium? That has already been mentioned. Refractive index of a medium, single value of refractive index of a medium is the refractive index for yellow color. And how do we decide that? The refractive index of yellow color is geometric mean of refractive indices for violet and red color. That means Ny is equal to square root of NV NR, or it can also be written as N square or Ny square is equal to NV into NR. Also children, deviation of mean color, that is yellow color, is also a single value of deviation produced by prism, and it is also geometric mean of deviation of red color and deviation of violet color. Children, let us finally know what is scattering. Scattering is deflection of light. Deflection of light into different directions by the particles of the medium. When the light passes through the medium particles deflect the incident light into different direction. The phenomenon is called as scattering. Yeah, it is entirely different from dispersion. In dispersion, what happens? The light splits up into its constituent colors. And here, the light when strikes upon the particles of the medium particle deflects the light into different direction. This is called scattering. This scattering of light is somewhat similar to Tyndall effect. Tyndall. Tyndall effect you have studied in chemistry in the chapter colloidal solution. Well, when the size of the particles is of colloidal dimension, the incident light, the path of the incident light becomes visible. That is because of what? Deflection of light by the particles of the medium in different direction. Well, scattering is somewhat similar. Well, there was a scientist Rayleigh, who studied this phenomenon in detail and stated that the scattering of light is inversely proportional to fourth power of wavelength. A scattering of light by the particles of the medium is inversely proportional to fourth power of the wavelength of the light, and this is what is called as Rayleigh criteria of scattering. Children, we know that white light consists of all 7 colors V, I, B, G, Y, O, R, and you already know that the violet color has minimum wavelength. Since violet color has minimum wavelength, therefore it is scattered by the medium maximum. Any medium, if violet color passes across, would undergo maximum scattering because its wavelength is least, whereas the wavelength of the red color is maximum. Therefore, this red color is least scattered. Why is the color of sky blue? Why is the color of sky blue? As the sunlight enters into our atmosphere, what happens? Violet color, indigo color, blue colors which have shorter wavelength are scattered right in the atmosphere. And since they are scattered above the Earth's surface into the atmosphere, therefore the light which reaches us has more of red, orange, yellow, green and lesser of these colors. And since these colors are left behind in the atmosphere only, and when we look up, we find the sky blue in color. The color of the sky is blue simply because blue color is scattered in the atmosphere itself. That is why the color of the sky appears blue. Well, children, why these caution signals or danger signals are of red color? Again, the reason is very simple. Red color undergoes least scattering. Therefore, it can be seen from farthest distance. If we have, say, electric bulb of 7 different colors, V, I, B, G, Y, O, R, and as we move away from all these seven bulbs glowing, all these 7 bulbs are glowing, and as we move away from the bulbs, what will happen? We'll see that the very first violet color, violet color would become invisible to us, then indigo color would become invisible. As we move away from these bulbs, we'll see that the violet color becomes invisible, then indigo color becomes invisible, then blue color, then green color, then yellow color, orange color, and red color is invisible only when we have moved farthest. So this color can be seen from the farthest distance. This color of light, this electric bulb can be seen from farthest distance as compared to any of these colors. That is why all these danger signals or caution signals are made up of red color, so that they can be seen from a distance. Well, children, besides scattering, let us have some general information about various colors. Well, black color is the color which absorbs all the colors falling upon it. White color is the color which reflects all the colors falling upon it. Why a red color appears red? A red color appears red simply because red color absorbs all the colors falling upon it except the red color which it reflects. Blue color appears blue. Green colors appears green. Why? Because all these colors absorb all the colors and reflect the color of their own. Green color reflects only green color, absorbs rest all colors. But children, all these colors are going to reflect their own color when those colors are present in the incident light. So we can see the true colors of an object only in presence of natural light. Natural light has all 7 colors. So if that natural light falls over green color, what will happen? Green color will absorb all the colors except green color which it is going to reflect. That is why the object will appear to us what? Of green color. Blue color would appear blue simply because it will absorb all the shades of white light and reflect the blue light. As the result, the object appears blue in color. If we look at any of these colors in the light of some other color, suppose we want to look at red color in green color, in the presence of green light. So what will be the color of red visible to us when we try to look at red color in green light? It will appear to be of black color. If you try to look at any color in presence of any other color, it will always appear to be of black color. Red color in presence of green color would appear black. Why? Because red color absorbs all and reflects red only. But red color is not present. In presence of green light, we have only green light. So red color absorbs green light but reflects nothing. That is why red color in the presence of green light would appear what? Black. Not only red color, any color in presence of any other color would always appear black. So true color of an object are going to be visible to us only when we look at that object in the presence of natural light. So children, with this we come to the end of our discussion about dispersion, scattering and some general information. We'll meet again very shortly. Until we meet again, goodbye.